43-0 single score. Substitution, number 40, Tate Heston back in. Noticing Rucker for 35 for Bill, number 15, Ryan Lawson. And it's called by Esther, full timeout. Two free throws for number 2, Landon Spencer. Western calls a full timeout. is called by O'Kill, a full time. Western foul called on number 40, Tate Hester. Timeout O'Kill, full time. Fouls on Wesley, number 40, Tate Hesse. This is good. 35, Western record replacing him in the Western lineup. Also in, number 10, Brody Fisher. 43, Drew Alzenga on the line for the Golden Eagles. Substitution. Western foul number 2, Lane and Spencer. 35, Jackson Lane at the line for O'Kill to shoot 2. Field substitution, number 13 on Mills for Dan.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
It's time for high school boys basketball on the Action Sports Network. Now, the Arms Hunt Funeral Home pregame show.
We want to wish everyone a high school boys basketball game for Oak Hill before the holiday break. They will host the Western Panthers this evening. Hello, everybody. Grant Schaus back up atop of the Eagles' Nest again with Ian Brookshire. Ian, should be a pretty solid matchup tonight.
Yeah, happy to be back here. Looking forward to a semi-electric atmosphere tonight. So we'll see what goes on. See if this place can get a little bit rocking. I haven't seen it up yet.
Well, college kids home on Christmas break. The high school just getting ready. Situation. I know that a couple Howard County schools, their last day was today, and so solid way to start your Christmas break off by playing a basketball game. And if you're Western, you want to try and get back in the win column tonight. They have lost 4 straight, Ian. They lost They lost to Northwest. Got beat the following Friday, 57-42. They lost to Rossville, 45-35, and they've lost to Hamilton Heights, 57-52 in conference play. 3 of those games are in conference play.
Yeah.
And how Western's conference is set up is a little unique because they go by divisions. It's divisional play, and you can't afford to lose games in your division. And they've already played the 3 other teams in their division, and they've lost all of them.
Yeah, gotta put some.
No, my fault. They still have to play Lewis Cass. They'll play them in January, but there's 5 teams in each division, and you don't want to, those divisional games are very, very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that puts pressure on them going down the stretch. I mean, this game statistically, really doesn't matter for their conference, but it matters just some confidence. If you can take down an Oak Hill team here that's just 1 loss, Oak Hill, if you can take them down, it provides some momentum going on into those latter games in the, mid part of the season.
January is such a big month for some teams, but December really paves the way to the month of January. That around tonight, you'll hear from their head coach, Michael Lewis. If you're familiar with college basketball, it's not the same Michael Lewis who's the head coach at Ball State. But talking with him was pretty fun. He's a great interview. He's passionate. He loves coaching his team. He's been there for a while. He's had a really good staff. He's missing a piece of his staff this season, and Coach Brian Tonzoni, who left, just stepped away following last season. Coach Tonzoni, you'll hear Coach Lewis talk about, was a mentor to him. Coach Tonzoni has been really good to me personally the last few years, gotten to know him. He runs the Assembly Call podcast, talk a lot of IU football and basketball. I've gotten to know him pretty well, competing against him in this game every year, and I always look forward to it. But not having him here tonight, I think, is kind of a missing piece, for us playing Western, especially for me. And I know Coach Lewis really misses him. So anyone want to give a shout-out to Coach Brian Tonzoni? He's not with the Western staff anymore, but he's here in spirits. As for Oak Hill, they're coming off a 44-25 win against Frankton last Friday. They are sitting at 5-1 with wins against Wabash, Manchester, Mississinawa, Mechanical, and Frankton. Their only loss coming to Norwell back on December the 3rd. And the story, Ian, has really been Landon Beagle. Even though he kind of struggled against Frankton, we saw that 42-point game just about a week and a half ago against Mechanical.
Yeah, see what he can bring here to the energy tonight. You're going to have, we talked a little bit about it, but they just took away an almost double overtime victory, an overtime victory here. And so we talked a little bit before just about how it may not be as crowded here tonight, but as the time's gone on and we see a little bit more people crowd in, that'll have a lot more energy here than I expected. So how can Landon and the team use that energy, use the crowd to their advantage? I think that'll be an interesting factor here. Haven't had much of that all year, but I think that if they can get some of that, look for him to have a little bit of a rebound. You look back at that Frankton game, and Frankton did a good job controlling the tempo of that game, controlling how many. Just a shot attempts for Landon were down from the Mechanical game, but I think look for him to have a nice bounce back game here tonight.
Well, for Western, their go-to guy is a primary post. The first primary post you'll hear Coach Rinbarger talk about that they played all season in Mitchell Dean. He was battling some back issues the last week or so. They'll have him healthy and ready tonight. He played against Hamilton Heights. Just a little interesting tidbit. Mitchell Dean is signed, sealed, and delivered to go play baseball at the University of Louisville. And he's a pretty solid athlete. He's a good kid. It'd just be interesting to see what he can do tonight. He's 6'8", Ian, and he's big inside. And if he gets his position, he's going to go in and score.
Yeah, that'll be a cool matchup to watch with Ty Crafty down in the post, especially with his defending. And we've talked about the foul trouble he's gotten in.
Right.
So just making sure that he stays out of foul trouble, because you look down as you're looking down the roster there, you don't see a lot of other guys that have the height of Ty that can match up against the big 6'7" guy from Western. So yeah, we'll I mean, that's definitely something we'll keep an eye on tonight.
So we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have a discussion with Coach Kevin Rindbarger of the Oak Hill Golden Eagles. Then we'll take another break, and we'll chat with Michael Lewis, the head coach of Western. You're listening to the Arms Up Funeral Home pregame show on the Action Sports Network.
Wobble, wobble, wobble. Screech. Click, click, click. The thingy's gone bad. Whatever sound your car makes, take it to Marion Tire, also known as Best One Tire in Marion. Susie, Brian, Cecil, and the crew can diagnose the problem and fix the problem the right way the first time. Oil changes, alignment, tires, coolant, wheel bearings, and even the thingy that's gone bad. Let Marion Tire get your vehicle running smooth for your summer vacation. Since 1984, Marion Tire has been in downtown Marion and will continue to provide top-notch service. See Marion Tire on the corner of 4th and Branson in downtown Marion. Are you tired of struggling with weight loss on your own? There are so many different diet plans these days, nobody knows what to do. Marion Health is now offering bariatric surgery. This new service offers a proven surgical solution for weight loss. Call Marion Health Bariatrics today, 765-660-7500 to get started. That's 765-660-7500. And lose weight once and for all with Marion Health Bariatric Surgery.
Arms Hunt pregame show here with Coach Rindbarger. Coach, solid win over Frankton the other night. You get a quick weekend, quick Monday to prepare, and now you turn around and you got Western tonight. So how do you try and transition into that?
Well, we came in on Saturday, practiced on Saturday, and did basically what was some prep on Western and clean up some stuff that we saw Friday night that we needed to get fixed. Yesterday was a little weird in that the JV Grant 4 was going on yesterday, so we had to practice with the C team, which there's such a age discrepancy there. It's hard to get the same look that you may get in practice. But it's a good preparation for later in the season when you've got short rest in between games and you have to prepare for opponent that poses some challenges for you.
Coach Mitchell Dean is kind of the guy for Western. He's about 6'8", step out, can shoot some three. He's probably the first big guy you faced all season, the first true. And try and stop him tonight.
Well, you're right. He is the first primary post presence, I guess is what you would call him, and they use him as such. We've faced teams that have bigs. Manchester has a developing 6'6" big, but they don't, feature. They have other pieces around him. Dean is such a vital part in what they do on both ends of the floor. So it poses some issues that we haven't seen thus far. It'd be a great test for our young bigs. Young being game experience, and the junior and the senior, Ty Fagan and Lucas Hasty. Being able to keep both of them on the floor and battle with their big is going to be a big key to tonight's game.
Patrick Hobson can step out and shoot the three. How do you try and defend the 3-point tonight?
Well, it's tough because they've got that inside-out game. The Dean kid, if he gets position and gets inside, you might as well start running back on the other end. He shoots probably over 70% from the field because he doesn't take a shot that's a bad shot. Lots and lots and lots of shots inside of what we call the rack zone, which is basically the lane area close to the basket. It does cause a problem when they can stretch the floor. So our kids are just going to have to be, ultra sensitive to what it is that we want to do and the adjustments that we've made in our game plan to get not only the block cover but get back out, close out properly under control, and take away those 3-point shots.
Defensively, what?
Some things. It would primarily be a pretty sticky man defense. Last year they put a face guard on Landon, and so I would expect to see something very similar to that. They put a couple of kids on him that were strong, athletic, and caused some problems very early in that game. And they did that 2 years ago when they were here in the midst of the COVID season. And so I would anticipate doing that. We've prepared for that. We're starting to see that a little bit more. We saw it against Frankton. So it's not something that's going to catch us by surprise, but something specific to prepare for us. I would expect to see a man-to-man.
So, talk about face guarding Landon Beagle, and if that takes him away, kind of like the boxing one McConaughey ran on him in the fourth quarter a few weeks ago, how do you plan and try and get others involved?
Just do that to begin with. Landon only had 2 points in the fourth quarter, but as a team we had 23. So the rest of the team in the fourth quarter had 21. And one or any kind of a chaser is to get others involved. And, Ty's averaging about 13, 14 points a game. That's a good starting spot. Kroll is definitely capable, and Matthew is shooting well from the perimeter. So just the others, I feel like they have more confidence in themselves and more confidence in our group as a whole, that we don't need to rely as heavily as we have in the couple years past on Landon. Obviously, we would love for Landon to get off and have a big night as he did against McConaughey every night. But when he can't, he struggled mightily from the field last Friday night against Frankton, and we had other kids step up. So.
Coach, your staff tonight going with the sweatshirt and khakis look. Why is that? Are we in the NFL now?
Well, thanks for noticing our swag. That's really nice of you, Grant. It's just a relaxed, we're going before Christmas, a little relaxed look tonight. Just kind of chilling like the student section does on a nightly basis.
All right, Coach Renbarger, we appreciate it. We'll talk after.
Thank you.
That was Coach Renbarger, as we'll be back with Coach Michael Lewis on the Action Sports Network.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter. And no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. If you love wings and a whole menu of food and drink options and tons of flat screens tuned into sports, we've got you covered. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times. At 1508 Southwestern Avenue in Marion. Find us online at wingsetc.com.
Life at Colonial Oaks provides a perfect balance of support, engagement, and fun. No matter which lifestyle is required, we offer a personalized residence. Thrive. At Colonial Oaks Senior Living, there are 4 distinct lifestyle communities within our one very special community: independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing care, and rehabilitation. For more information, call 765-674-9791 and find out how the Colonial Oaks family can support your health care needs.
Back here in the Arms Up pregame show with Coach Michael Lewis of Western. Coach, coming into tonight, you've lost 4 straight. How do you try and get back in the winning column tonight?
Well, it's going to be a tough task. Oak Hill's got a really nice team, obviously led by the Beagle kid, who's an extremely difficult cover with his ability to shoot the ball, and obviously his other ability of putting the ball on the deck and getting himself to the rim. And then he's got great supporting pieces, and they're going to be really well coached. So anytime you come over here, it's going to be really difficult to get a win. So you're going to have to play extremely well on both ends of the floor, have to take care of the basketball, and you better control the backboard and not give them extra opportunities.
So you talk about the supporting pieces Oak Hill has, and you talk about Beagle. How you try and have to stop them from putting the ball in the basket?
Yeah, I mean, you just try to make his catches as difficult as you possibly can and try to get him outside of his spots where he can catch and see the rim easily. And then you got to throw as many bodies at him as you possibly can. You got to hope the other guys miss some shots. So like I said, it'll be a tough challenge for us tonight.
So for you guys, you have Mitchell Dean. He's an athlete, basketball court, baseball field. Talk about what he brings to the table and how well he's able to do things on the basketball floor.
Yeah, we obviously missed him last weekend. He missed both games, and so when you take him out of our team, it definitely changed the dynamics of what we're able to do offensively and defensively. But he's having a really nice senior season for us. He's averaging 14 and 9. Was able to put a lot of pressure on the rim. Right now, he's just got to get more help from his supporting cast. We have not shot the ball well this year, and we feel like we're getting really solid looks. So we got to have some guys step up with some confidence and make some shots tonight.
Other than Dean, kind of talk about the supporting pieces you have that match up with Oak Hill.
Yeah, I think that we thought going into the season that we would have nice depth. And we've got a lot of kids competing for playing time right now. Like, we're playing 11 guys. We just haven't found the right 5 or 6 to play the majority of the minutes. So it's still kind of an open competition for us. And, you know, we're throwing some sophomores in there, and we've even got a freshman playing for us. So we're still trying to find our identity as a basketball team and just grow as the season progresses.
Coach, I know you miss Coach Tonzoni on your staff, and we talked a little bit off the air, as I know him pretty well. Talk about, you know, how you miss him and what he did for your program, and you know, if it's, you know, help maybe that he's not here.
Well, I mean, Coach T's been my guy. He's the one that got me started when I first got into coaching. He let me be his varsity assistant straight out of college, and then when I got the Western job, he came over and has been my assistant for the last 5 years. And not only is he an unbelievable coach, but just a great man and someone that our kids really enjoy. So we've definitely missed him this year, not only from a basketball standpoint, but just from an overall morale standpoint. He's always been the positive dog and kept the energy up, and is someone obviously I can bounce ideas off of, so we definitely miss having him around.
Finally, how's the health of the team looking?
This is actually the first 7 days that we've had everybody in our team practice. We had the flu bug went through us that second week, and we had guys in and out, and I think everybody kind of went through it. But it's nice just to have everybody ready to play.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
It's good to talk to you, man.
Yep, thank you. That was Coach Michael Lewis on the Arms Hunt pregame show on the Action Sports Network.
It's getting colder, and it's time to stay warm. Horners is the place to stock up for winter with comfort season food. Horners features bundles for every family or individual. Warm up with a trip to Horners in Marion, Fairmount, and Alexandria.
Horners Butcher Block, your neighborhood market.
Back in the day, people traveled by horse and buggy. If your horse died, you just got a new horse. Today, with the price of new cars and trying to find what you want, more people are keeping their car. So take it to In-N-Out Automotive and make sure it lasts a long time. In-N-Out can make sure your car is running at its peak performance for trips back and forth to school, practice, work, and the grocery store. They also have the new 1234 YF refrigerant to make sure you stay cool. See Vince and the team at In-N-Out Automotive, 1123 East 38th Street in Marion.
The 20-minute warm-up clock is winding down. We're going to talk here for a minute, then we will send you into the national anthem. We'll
Ladies and gentlemen, to pay homage to America, please stand, remove all hats, and join the Oak Hill Pep Band under the direction of Zephany Reed in the playing of our national anthem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the teams involved in tonight's game. First of all, the visitors on the Number 1, Carter Gibbs. Number 2, Landon Spencer. Number 3, Tyler Warren. Number 5, Grizzly Secret. Number 14, Patrick Thompson. Number 32, Amari Sutton. Number 33, Hudson Briggs. Number 40, Kate Heston. Now the starters for the Panthers. At center, 6'8" senior, number 50, Mitchell Dean. Starting at guard, 6'2" junior, number 20, Logan Nelson. Starting at guard, 5'7" senior, number 21, Dylan Hightower. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior, number 23, Katie McClure. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior, number 24, Ian Thurston. Panthers are coached by Mike Lewis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the home team, the Oak Hill Golden Eagles. Number 3, Colin Middlesworth. Number 11, R.J. Schubert. Number 23, Levi Trexler. Number 25, Ryan Lawson. Number 33, Lucas Hasty. Number 35,
Fagan.
Sweet.
Officials for tonight's contest are Tom Cartwright, Jeff Lytle, and Justin Shippey. Ian Berkshire, that is a state final level crew. Oak Hill has already had Jeff Lytle this year, had him in the Manchester game here. He's a pretty solid official. Oak Hill's just going to go out and get the best. It's what they do.
Yeah, we've had a good crew last couple of times. I mean, I think last Friday, was it? Or Friday or Saturday? I can't remember.
It's
anymore.
Friday.
Yeah.
Pretty solid crew.
I'm pretty old. That was a really good crew. They let them play.
Yeah.
Did a really good job at not calling the little ticky-tacky fouls. I think that's where it where it can get kind of annoying in a sense.
Interesting stat about that game is that Frankton did not shoot a free throw at was it at
only
all?
4 free throw shot. Yeah, Frankton didn't.
Yeah, they didn't shoot a free throw at all. And in the girls' game the following night for Oak Hill and Frankton, Oak Hill didn't shoot any free throws in the second half.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty interesting stat. And that was a whole other officiating crew. That game was down at Frankton. So it will be Ty Fagan and Mitchell Dean to jump. Justin Shippey, the official, will throw this one up in the air. He is the head referee tonight, and the tip is up and controlled by Western. And this one will be taken down by number 24, Dylan Hightower. Hightower has it out top. Bounce pass to McClure. McClure back to Hightower. In the corner to Thurston. Thurston has it right wing in front of the bench. Thurston guarded by Alzinga. They throw it inside to the well to Dean. Now a backdoor inside to McClure, and it's blocked by Fagan, but a rebound pulled down for Mitchell Dean, and he went up and scored it. And it's 2-0 Western, and there's going to be a foul called on the baseline.
I hope that's not a sign of things to come there. We just talked about a low foul count in the last couple games. We'll see how well both teams can stay out of foul trouble, especially number 43, Ty Fagan.
Strange to get it in. He bounces it into Kroll. Kroll to Beagle. Beagle, corner 3, left wing is good. Landon Beagle hits the 3 to start us off, and it's 3-2 Oak Hill with 7:20 to go in the first. Here's Hightower with it out top. Gives it to Logan Nelson. Back to Hightower. Hightower defended by Kroll. 7 minutes to go in the first. They throw it to McClure. McClure brings it back over near side to Thurston. Thurston screen from Dean. Now Thurston going to bring it back out. Strange switches on him. They'll give it to Hightower. Hightower to McClure. McClure in the corner to Nelson. Nelson inside to Dean. They flood the ball. They throw it out to Nelson. Nelson back in the corner to McClure. This is Thurston. Thurston top of the key to number 20, Logan Nelson. And it's 5-3 Western over Oak Hill.
Did a really good job not selling for a shot and waiting for that open 3 there. Great job by Logan Nelson to hit that.
They throw it to Fagan in the corner. He's trapped. Nowhere to go with it, and he almost turned it over. Alzinga gets it back. Throws it to Beagle. Beagle, a long-range three, is off the mark. He missed it. And a rebound for Western's Thurston. Here's Thurston, brings it out top of the key to number 21, Dylan Hightower, guarded by Caleb Kroll. Over to Caden McClure. To number 21, Dylan Hightower. Hightower has it on the right wing. Cross court over to McClure. McClure back to Thurston for three. He missed it front of the rim, no good. And a rebound for Strange. Strange up ahead. Hands it to Kroll. Kroll to Elzinga. Now to Strange. Strange a three in front of the student section is up on the way. To 3 Western, they lead it. Bounce pass to Thurston, near side, right wing. Now to McClure. McClure in the corner to Nelson. Nelson back to McClure. McClure, baseline, pass it over to Ian Thurston. Thurston inside to Dean. Dean lost the handle. It's stolen by Elzinga. Elzinga up the floor. He stops to Kroll. Kroll in the corner to Strange. Strange is going to drive baseline. Floater's up in the way, no good. And a rebound for number 23, McClure. And Coach Lewis is going to go to the bench immediately and get a whole new 5 in there. And this is the Western team that plays a lot of guys, and so they'll get a new, fresh 5 in there. Amari Sutton, Kyler Norman is into the lineup. Number 14 in the lineup, and Oak Hill will stay with their same 5. So just 3 minutes in, Coach Lewis goes to the bench early.
Oak Hill has a tendency not to sub very much, so see how those fresh legs against the not-so-fresh legs as the game wears on.
Here's Strange with it out top. Matthew Strange. To Beagle. Beagle cross-court pass to Elzinga. Baseline. I was going to say not a whole lot of energy in here, but I forgot it's, in quotation, silent night tonight.
They're taking a little bit of tradition from Taylor University. And,
I know. You know that tradition pretty well, don't you?
That's a little bit different here. Not exactly the same amount of people or expected energy, but we'll see what happens in the 10th point.
Here's Elzinga on the baseline. Almost lost. They get it back to Strange. Strange has it on the logo. He's going to cross over. Strange to Beagle in the corner. Baseline jump shots up in the way. It rims out. Rebound. Fagan.
Yeah, that's the right call. That Fagan clearly up and over him. Not much of a. There was a really good box out by number 33, Hudson Biggs. So credit to him for getting that foul, and that's one for Ty Fagan early.
And you talked about want to keep Fagan out of foul trouble, and in the first quarter they failed to do that. You got to keep him out of foul trouble. You need him on the floor to guard Dean when he's in the ball game. Hobson has it trapped to Sutton. Sutton right wing over to Norman. Norman in the corner to Quillen. Quillen bounce pass inside to Sutton over Hasty. Inside to Biggs. Hudson Biggs goes up and under, and he missed it. Rebound Elzinga. Elzinga, they got numbers. Up to Kroll in transition, and he finishes the layup.
What a pass. We call him the quarterback of the defense. Yep. Really good pass, getting that ball up there and just making an easy layup for Kroll.
Here's Quillen. Quillen bounce pass over to number 3. This is Norman. Goes up over Elzinga and missed the ball. He got his own rebound, but a foul. I think they're going to whistle on Matthew Strange. With Sutton, with the whistle Elzinga instead. 7-5 Oak Hill with 2:54 to play in the first. Looking to get it in, and they almost do. They do to Biggs. Biggs throws it to Hobson. Hobson in the corner to Norman. Norman drives baseline to Sutton, and he's fouled. And Elzinga's going to have to come out of the game. He just picked up his second. Elzinga just picked up his second. Coach Lewis will go to the bench and put his second 5 back in.
Yeah, here come the reinforcements. I've yet to see in my years of high school basketball, see a team that goes this deep this early in the game.
I know.
And all-in-one mass substitution.
Like, for example, Northwestern, they play a really deep bench, but Coach Gish isn't going 5 at once.
Yeah,
so
more of an intermingling of the starters.
Absolutely. So Sutton will shoot this next free throw. Got his first points of the game at 7-6. Oak Hill, 2:45 to go in the first. Sutton's up in the way, and he dropped it in.
Substitution for Western.
And their whole starting 5 back on the floor. Randy McPike went to call that substitution, and he just named one of them because there were so many.
It's like a baffling how many subs are coming in at one time.
Hasty has it on the baseline, bounce pass Trexler. Trexler to Kroll. Kroll, hands off Beagle on the wing. Now to Strange. Strange to Trexler. A corner 3 is up, no good. Kroll tried to go for the rebound, but he tapped it away out of bounds. And we're all knotted at 7 with 2:22 to go in the first. They get it into Caden McClure. McClure has it. He'll bring it up the sideline. Now to Ian Thurston. Thurston. And 10 seconds. Nice job by that Oak Hill defense and Levi Trexler at guarding the ball. I kind of just stopped paying attention. That's a really good call by Justin Shippey.
Yeah.
10 seconds over there.
And we see how they're substituting. We didn't talk about it, but Lucas Hasty and Levi Trexler into the ball game. We haven't seen them much. In fact, we barely saw them at all against Frankton. And so I think legs.
Oak Hill played all 5 starters in the second half against Frankton. As here's Beagle, dump it inside to Hasty. Hasty has it too deep, gets it to Trexler. Trexler goes up and Dean blocked it, but he blocked it right to Beagle. Now to Strange. Strange a 3. No, he missed it long. And a rebound for McClure. McClure had a nice look. He was wide open. He just kind of rushed it. Now here's Thurston for 3. He missed it. Rebound Trexler. To Matthew Strange. Strange to Kroll on the baseline. Goes up and scores it. Caleb Kroll picking up where he left off on Friday. And this is going to be a timeout called by Michael Lewis with 1:30 to go. We're going to keep it right here in the meantime. But Ian Brookshire, this is a Western team that is doing something I'm not sure I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much words I have to describe it. It's an interesting strategy. I don't know if I'd be interested to see if they do this a lot. Or, I mean, he's obviously, it speaks a lot to the coach and his reserves, how much trust he has in them to put them out there against, I mean, that was before Coach Rimberger had sub. So he put his fresh 5 out there against Oak Hill's first 5 and had enough trust.
Starters, and he looks at me and he goes, I don't know. I said, really? He goes, no, I'm just kidding. And he gave it to me, but he goes, hey, we play everyone, man.
Yeah.
We play everyone. So here is Ian Thurston bringing it up. He gives it to McClure. McClure had it backed up by Kroll into the hands of Landon Beagle. Beagle, 3-on-1, gives it to Trexler, and he finishes. There's the crowd up and ready. And it's 11-7, Oak Hill with 1:13 to go in the first. And here's a steal for Kroll again. Now to Trexler. Trexler spinning in the corner to Beagle. Almost lost the handle. Throws a pole vault pass to. That is not a very good call. That is not a good call. Mitchell Dean held Kroll the entire way down the floor. That is not a very good call.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see it.
Mitchell Dean was going after the ball with Kroll, and he took Kroll and he put a forearm into him and he dragged him, and they called the foul on Kroll. That one was called by Tom Cartwright, the official down on the baseline. He is a state finals level official. He did the 4A state championship in 2017 when Ben Davis played Fort Wayne Northside. Here's Patrick Hobson with it, right wing. Hobson over to number 33, Hudson Biggs. Biggs to Sutton. Sutton, ooh, they said Fagan poked it away out of bounds.
And Fagan back in the ballgame with 1 foul. He's got to be careful here playing this second quarter. If he gets, I think he gets 2. I think Coach Remberg will sit him right away.
Fagan going to get a deflection on the inbound there. Good job by Ty Fagan using those active hands. And now they're going to switch positions and inbound this one under the basket. McClure to get it, Hobson to get it into Sutton, and Beagle blocked it. But they get it back, and a block by Fagan, and they called a foul on him.
There it is. He's going to be done for the second half, I think.
So now, again, Coach Rinbarger got to use some trust. And
they called that on Beagle.
So they called it on Beagle, okay.
That's you never want to see a foul for your team, but if you want to see it on
someone that's not going to be in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Beagle can afford right now to have a foul.
Yeah.
As Patrick Hobson knocks down the free throw.
And Beagle's not someone who typically gets in foul trouble.
Yeah.
So I think even if he gets to it, you're not going to worry about not as worried about him as you are going to be Fagan later in the ball game.
Hobson buries the free throw. Oak Hill back the other way. Here's Strange with it. 11-9. Oak Hill. 30 seconds to go in the first. Here's Strange in the corner to Trexler. Trexler back to Kroll. Kroll driving. Throws it to Trexler. Trexler cross court to Strange. Strange top of the key. Bounce pass and he threw it away to number 33, Hudson Biggs. And they'll give it to Quillen to bring it up with 15 seconds. Quillen, bounce pass in between the defenders. This is to Hobson. Oh, no, I thought he was shooting it. Now they give it to Quillen. Quillen with it to Norman. Back to Quillen with 3 seconds, with 2 seconds. He drives into the corner. Hobson, the three's on the way. He missed it. I don't think it would have counted.
No, he was half a second from that being willing to count.
Your score on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 11, Western 9. Don't go away. You're listening to High School Boys Basketball on the Action Sports Network.
Prince Hall Housing Authority, the affordable income-based housing, pride themselves in providing safe, affordable, maintenance-free living, a place they're proud that you can call home. They offer elderly and disabled and multifamily living, efficiencies, and 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, conveniently located right off 38th and the bypass, with bus transportation at the facility. That's Prince Hall Housing, 3678 Prince Hall Drive. Stop by to get your application today or call 765-674-9734 or voice relay 711 for more info.
There's nothing better than award-winning jumbo wings while you watch great sports programming on huge TVs at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. If you love wings and a whole menu of food and drink options.
So, some substitutions to begin this second quarter, as Western will have a mix of some of their starting five in that lineup. Mitchell Dean is in there. But it'll be Oak Hill ball to start the second. They lead it 11-9 at the end of one. Here's Kroll driving in, and he is fouled.
You call that on Aiden.
Yeah, they're going to get Aiden Quillen for that one.
2 free throws for Bill, number 5, Caleb Kroll.
Caleb Kroll will go to the line and shoot 2 now. Free throws up on the way and got it. Kroll with 5 points now. So it's 12-9 Oak Hill with 7:53 to go in the second. Kroll, his second one's up on the way, and he got it. Now he's got 6 to lead Oak Hill. Here's 24. This is Thurston. Thurston over to Quillen. Quillen, threw it off the foot of Landon Beagle. Kick ball violation.
Beagle did a really good job getting his limbs out there, making sure that pass wasn't threaded through.
They get it into Quillen. Quillen's looking, bounce pass to Kyler Hudson Biggs. Biggs cross court, and it's intercepted by Beagle. Nice, and Beagle turned it right over. Pass intended for Kroll. Now here is Thurston in the corner to Biggs, Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs defended by Landon Beagle. He's only a freshman in there. Now here is Ian Thurston, guarded by Kroll up top. 7:15 to go in the first quarter, or in the second. Quillen in the corner to Thurston. Thurston on the baseline. Bounce pass to... Thurston has it. They're trying to go inside to Dean. They can't find him. Thurston picks up his dribble. Inside to Dean. Over Fagan. The hook shot's up and good. Nice move by Mitchell Dean. The little backspin, and he got the floater to drop. Corrals it in. Strange deep on top of the key. Hands it to Landon Beagle. Here's Landon. Cross court to Strange. Strange to Trexler. Trexler inside Fagan. Had it poked away, and Dean picks it up. Here's Quillen. Western not bad tonight defensively.
No, not at all. Especially with their second unit in there. They've got a little bit more of a mix in here. Mitchell Dean still in the ball game, but you got a freshman in the ball game, Carter Biggs, listed 5'8". He may not be anywhere near that.
As they're going to call a 3-second violation on Western, it'll be Oak Hill ball.
Yeah, and if you're Oak Hill with the couple of turnovers you've had, I mean, it's been in transition. I know you won Oak Hill. I mean, you have those passes. Can't afford to give easy ones away like that.
Here's Strange with it up top. He's looking, gives it to Trexler inside. Fagan scores it. Ty Fagan with his 4th point of the game, and it's 15-11 Oak Hill with 5:54 to go in the second. Here's Biggs. Over to Quillen. They get it to Thurston. They thread the needle. Here's Thurston inside to Dean. Dean goes up over Fagan. He made a nice move and he scored. Mitchell Dean having himself a night down on the inside, and it's 15-13 Oak Hill. Trexler to Strange. Strange penetrates. Back to Levi. Levi in the corner to Kroll. Kroll's going to drive baseline behind his back. Goes up and Dean blocked it. But he blocked it to Strange. He gives it inside Fagan and he scores it. It's the battle of the big fellas, Ian.
Yeah, Dean's had, I think he's had 3 blocks so far, and we're only in 5 minutes into the second quarter, or 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Quillen, and Fagan comes out of nowhere and steals it. Fagan in transition, got it to go with a foul. Ty Fagan stole that thing about the midcourt line. He drove all the way in and he was fouled.
Yeah, you see Coach Rummer down there just smiling. I'm not sure that's the guy he wanted on the fast break. Maybe wanted him to give it up.
Just like how they drew it up.
Yeah, you'll take it wherever you can get it.
Ian Thurston will be whistled for that foul. That is his 3rd personal. And they can extend it to a 7-point lead as it's up on the way, and Fagan just missed it. And the freshman Carter Biggs for Western pulls down the rebound. Biggs stops, gives it to Quillen. Quillen, he's a sophomore, so freshman-sophomore backcourt. Strange kicks that one literally to the top of the opposing fan section in the lower bowl. He's a soccer player. He can do that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good 3 or 4 rows up there. That was a nice little kick.
That was past the scores table. way past the second scores table where Randy McPike's perch is. They get it into Quillen. Quillen has it on the CIC, trying to go length of the floor. Fo and Moses Malone to go. Fagan another steal, and he just knocked into the guy right on the front row. He knocked into Biggs, and they're going to get Fagan for his 2nd foul. And that is one of the most obvious calls.
Yeah, here comes Lucas Hasty back into the game. Like I said earlier, when I thought Fagan had 2, I thought he was coming out, but now he officially has 2, and he's coming out of the games. All right, the student section seemed to be yelling for no apparent reason. Kind of caught me off guard.
Here's Quillen. Gives it to Ian Thurston. Thurston has it up top, back to Quillen. Quillen, bounce pass into Hudson Biggs. Biggs in the corner to Carter Biggs. Now to Hudson. Finds Ian Thurston. Thurston puts it on the deck. He penetrates, throws it into the corner to Quillen. A 3. Missed it long. Sutton goes for the rebound. And Jeff Lytle and his crew said he tapped it out of bounds. And it will be Oak Hill basketball with 4:17 to go in the second quarter.
And Coach Lewis has left that. I mean, he just subbed out number 08 and Quillen, but he's left that kind of same 5 in there for 4 or 5 minutes now, which is one of the longer stints we've seen from him in this game.
Strange to Kroll. Kroll puts it on the deck. Ball screen Hasty. Now to Strange. Strange has it up top. Bounce pass to Levi Trexler. Trexler. He's looking. Finds Caleb Kroll. Kroll under 4 minutes to go in the second period. Now to Matthew Strange. A long 3 is up. He missed it long, and a rebound for Logan Nelson. Up ahead to Carter Biggs, a 3. He missed it long. Beagle, he had it stolen from him, and Ian Thurston tracks it down to Biggs. In the corner to McClure. McClure nearly traveled, but they find Sutton. Sutton to McClure. Corner 3 is good. And it's 19-16 Oak Hill with 3.5 to go in the first half. Nearly a steal for Thurston, but Beagle got it back, and Beagle just lost it off his leg and out of bounds.
And Western did a really good job converging after he missed the steal, but then they had 3 guys right there just to hone in on Beagle. I mean, that just shows how big of a threat Beagle is, and the game plan coming into the game. I mean, each team.
Here is Ian Thurston to get it in. He finds McClure. McClure to Hudson Biggs. Biggs is looking, and he finds number 14, Hobson, and Hobson traveled. Made some calls I may not necessarily agree with, but then they made some calls where I'm like, that is 100% the right call. It's consistency with this crew. It's it's solid. That's why they're state final level officials. As here's Kroll, 15-foot jumpers up. He missed it. Sutton pulls down the board for Western. Now to Thurston up the floor. He'll be met at the timeline by Caleb Kroll. 2:48 to go in the second. They hit Caden McClure. McClure, Colin Middlesworth's in the lineup for the first time. Inside to number 33, Hudson Biggs. Back to Hobson. Hobson driving, puts it up. Fagan came down on the ball. They say it's a jump ball, and it'll be Western basketball. That's one of those 50-50s, but they're going to say that Fagan came down on the ball. No, not Fagan. Was that Hasty?
That's Hasty.
Excuse me. Hasty came down on the ball. They could have whistled him for a foul. Here's Hobson, corner three, up and the way, no good. Hasty the rebound, and he was fouled on the rebound by Amari Sutton, number 32.
And back-to-back calls that are, not exactly ones that I would have whistled if I were in the stripes for the night, but again, that's why we're not there. And as Colin Middlesworth comes into the game for Oak Hill, he's not seen a bunch of varsity action, usually just a JV guy, but I think Coach Rimmer are trying to battle the freshmen with the legs.
Here is Hasty baseline to Middlesworth. In the corner to Kroll. Back to Colin. Colin Middlesworth finds Trexler, now to Landon Beagle on the volleyball line. Penetrates in. They shut him down. Oh, no, they gave it to Hasty on the baseline. Hasty threw it away to Caden McClure. McClure's going to stop now with 2 minutes to go in the second and find Ian Thurston. He'll try to take some direction from Coach Mike Lewis. Here's Thurston. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Finds Hudson Biggs. Biggs inside to Dean. Dean goes up, missed it too strong. Got his own rebound. He missed it again. Got another rebound and a foul called.
Questionable foul could have been called about the first or second shot.
I know.
They waited to the third. Finally got the...
They're going to whistle Middlesworth for this one. This would put Western in the bonus.
Yeah, just 7 fouls to for Oak Hill to Western's 4.
Here's Dean. Free throws up, and he missed it. It rimmed out. Dean, if we haven't mentioned to you yet, is a Louisville baseball commit, and from the talk I've heard from some buddies over in Kokomo is that he may be like a projected MLB draft pick out of high school. He's a really good baseball player. Here's Caleb Kroll with it out top. Kroll to Beagle, nearly stolen by Biggs, but they hit Trexler. Levi Trexler puts it on the deck. They're looking for Beagle. Backdoor, can't find him. Beagle just fires a three now and got it. Landon Beagle kind of rushed that three, and it worked out for him, and he's got 6 points. And it's 22-16 Oak Hill. And Hasty with the steal to Trexler. Trexler to Kroll. Kroll drives and finishes. And it's 24-16, and Michael Lewis wants a full timeout. We'll take one as well. You're scoring the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 24, Western 16. Back in a moment on the Action Sports Network.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. I'm financial advisor Mark Fleming, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can help you create a game plan for financial success. Call me 765-573 SIPC.
24-16 is the score with 1:05 to go in the first half. As it's 24-16 Oak Hill. Western has the basketball working left to right from our vantage point. to Thurston. Thurston across to Biggs. Biggs in the corner to 14. This is Hobson. Back to Thurston, a three, and he got it. And Western is back within 5. Big three-pointer there from Ian Thurston. Here's Beagle on the other end, misses. Rebound Hasty. Back to Beagle, a three. Misses it short. Dean the rebound. Now to Thurston.
That three from Western took a little bit of the life out of the Oak Hill gym. It's the most life I've heard, though, in a good while.
Here's Thurston with it up top, defended by Kroll. Kroll over to number 14, Patrick Hobson. Hobson going to be defended by Middlesworth. Bounce pass to McClure. McClure is looking back to Thurston. Thurston, right wing. Inside to Hudson Biggs. Biggs threw it away to Levi Trexler. Now to Middlesworth with 9 seconds. In the corner to Kroll. Kroll, a long two is up and got it. A long two from Caleb Kroll. And full court shots up on the way, and that'll be the end of the half. Your score on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 26, Western 19. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with the halftime show powered by AmeriFirst. You're listening to high school boys basketball on the Action Sports Network.
If you keep looking for a great Mexican restaurant only to be disappointed over and over again, make Los Amores in Marion your next stop. Located downstairs in the Boston Hill Center, formerly the Centrum Mall in downtown Marion, Los Amores has everything you would want and more. Enchiladas, burritos, tortas, fajitas, arroz con pollo, and of course, tacos. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday at Los Amores. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9. Los Amores is open for dine-in and carry-out. Make your next choice of Mexican food Los Amores in downtown Marion.
Being a good neighbor means taking care of those close to you, and State Farm agent Keenan Davis will take care of you and your family. Auto, home, and life insurance is something we all need, and Keenan Davis will help you save money and give you peace of mind at the same time. If your driving record is not so perfect, that's okay. Keenan can help those with high-risk insurance. See State Farm agent Keenan Davis, 1001 Northwestern Avenue in Marion. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to the family. That's how welcome every resident and guest feels, because at Grant County's premier retirement community, Northwood Manor, they are family. Their community offers thoughtful, heartfelt, independent living in a beautiful setting, conveniently located close to shopping, hospitals, and churches. Residents enjoy their choice of studio, 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. Schedule a visit at 765-662-9700 or online at northwoodmanor.com.
A winning team can make all the difference in the world. Hi, this is Jen McKinney with the McKinney team powered by Nations Lending. We are hometown girls supporting hometown people and committed to helping finance the home you've always dreamed of. Let the McKinney team help you unlock the door to your new home. Come see Jem, Wendy, or Allison north on the bypass in front of the 5 Points Mall or anytime online at jemmckinney.com.
It's time for the halftime show by the McKinney team, powered by AmeriFirst. Hometown girls supporting hometown people. See Jim, Wendy, and Allison with the McKinney team online at jimmckinney.com or in front of the 5 Points Mall on the Marion bypass. So getting into some stats, and then we'll take a quick break, and Ian Brookshire will join us in just a moment. Caleb Kroll with 10 points at the break. Landon Beagle with 6, Levi Trexler with 2, Ty Fagan with 8. Oak Hill scored 11 in the first, 15 in the second. As for Western, Patrick Hobson with 2 points, Logan Nelson with 3, Caden McClure with 3, Amari Sutton with 2, and Mitchell Dean with 6 to lead Western. Oak Hill outscored Western in the first quarter 11-9, and then outscored them in the second quarter 15-10. As Ian Brookshire is back with us after a quick restroom break. You didn't fall in, did you?
No, I didn't. You know, I got to talking to people in there, you know. Don't even get me started. You don't talk when you go to the restroom. You just
26-19 Oak Hill as there's about 6 minutes left on the halftime warm-up clock. We're piped into the YouTube live stream tonight, and you could probably see students from all ages in school out here for the halftime pop shoot, or for the halftime hoop shoot, try to win a pop. Always one of my favorite things coming to a game as a kid, man. You go out there and pay that $1, and I go out there and I try to drain half court.
See, I just got a memory on my phone. I'm cleaning out my phone. You know, need to. Got about 3 million photos on there. I see a little memory from about 2018, 2019 era come up of a young Grant Shouts and McConaughey. Hyping up the crowd.
I had the whole gym
because I remember you made like back to back, and then you went out there and just started chucking. You gave him like a 20.
Well, here's what happened. I gave him $5. So you get 5 shots. I shot 4 threes. I made 2 out of 4 threes. For the last shot, I go back to the half court line, take a couple dribbles, step up. As soon as it left my hands, it was like Larry Bird in the 1988 3-point contest. I started walking to the pop. As soon as it left my hands, I knew it was going in. It just drained that thing, man. And I remember talking to my dad about it, and he goes, yeah, we were in the locker room, and we heard people cheering. And he said, Coach Lindberger looked at me and goes, I guarantee you it was your son.
That was
one of my favorite stories.
I remember you going back out there, like, because I feel like that was during the, I remember you going back out there.
I remember being a freshman, my freshman year.
And then you may have came back your sophomore year, my junior year, and or somewhere it was. I got the memory of you gave him like I gave you 5. Somebody gave you 5, and it's like you just getting out there and you at half court.
I was just chucking,
just throwing them up.
I was just chucking, man.
I mean, it brings a form of. I think it's the best halftime entertainment a high school game can have.
Yeah.
I mean, just a bunch of kids shooting 3
It's better than me going out there and singing.
Well,
I'll tell you
I don't think anybody in Indiana would want you to be out there singing for any reason. But great way to raise money, good cause. I think this one's going to the Honor Society tonight.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad you're up here on the booth though, because I
want there to be enough pop.
Yeah. If you were out there shooting. They'd have to be restocking. They'd be sending someone to Dollar General.
I was about to say that.
On the book.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this thing up as Western is out of the locker room now. We're gonna take a quick timeout, or we're gonna take a timeout and be back with this. Actually, before we take a break, let's kind of recap that first half. For Oak Hill and Western. Oak Hill gets off to kind of a slow start. Both teams get off to a slow start scoring-wise. Oak Hill picks it up in that second quarter. Ty Fagan kind of switched the momentum with a huge and one. Oak Hill defensively, their bigs playing kind of up tonight. They're going after those passes. You saw Lucas Hasty have a steal, Landon Beagles had a steal, and Ty Fagan's had a steal right about the half-court line, and Oak Hill's pressures look pretty good.
Yeah, Hasty had a used to be. He's a DB in football, and so he just back there playing his zone, playing his coverage, and stepped into and picked one off. Beagle did a really nice job stepping in between the passing lane and picking one off. So just the big thing for Oak Hill is going to be, as you only have a 7-point lead, taking advantage of these turnovers. They've done a good job getting them, but what can they do on the offensive end to get some points out of it? We don't have the advanced Amazon stats like you'd have on Sunday Night Football or Monday night. Now I talk about football a lot, but I think if we'd seen how many times they haven't converted on some sort of steal, how many points off turnovers they have, it's going to be a low number.
Well, just Oak Hill defensively has been really, really solid, giving up some looks, some open looks, just getting a little out of control in the matchup zone, and guys for Western slipping down in the corner and hitting some threes. Other than that, really, they've looked pretty solid. They've held Mitchell Dean to 6 points, but he 6'8", and with the injuries he's been battling, he still has a great touch around the rim. And so Ty Fagan, who has 2 fouls here at the break, will try and battle him here in the second half. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with the start of the second half. You're listening to high school boys basketball on the Action Sports Network.
Riverside Community Federal Credit Union is supporting all the student athletes in Grant County. This is Tim Mormon. We know that it takes hard work to be a success in the banking world, and we know it takes hard work and dedication to perform on the athletic field and in the classroom. We want to wish all of the athletes and students good luck this school year. Make us proud. Riverside Community Federal Credit Union, 101 North Washington in downtown Marion, or 200 East Main, downtown Gas City.
This is Amy Downing from Arms Hunt Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Recently, we conducted a community survey. We asked questions like, who would be responsible for making your funeral arrangements? Would they know what? Call me, Amy Downing, today. Let's make sure you know the answers and there are no surprises for those you love. Arms Hunt Funeral Home and Cremation Services, serving the families of Grant County yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
The halftime clock has just winded down. It's Oak Hill 26, Western 19. As we get ready to start the second half, we'll give a shout out to Rob Nichols tonight, listening from Greenfield, Indiana, as he's been giving me some tips and some pointers here on, on our mic levels, as he's actually out there listening. And we are piped into the Oak Hill YouTube live stream tonight. As Oak Hill starts off with the ball, it's Strange going in the high post to Beagle. Back out to Kroll. A straight-on three is up, no good. And Dean pulls down the rebound over Ty Fagan. And he'll give it off to Ian Thurston. Thurston crosses the 10-second line. And he's going to penetrate in with Kroll all over. He turns around, hook shots up, and no good. Rebound for Elzinga. Elzinga pushing it up the floor. Finds Matthew Strange, who will try and get into some offense.
Really good
Kroll.
job.
Back to Strange. Strange hands off to Elzinga. As here's Kroll again to Matthew Strange. Baseline bounce pass to Elzinga. Bounce pass back to Matthew. Matthew back to order Kroll. Kroll goes up over Dean, and a blocking foul going to be called on Mitchell Dean. That's a solid call there.
Really tough layup. Kroll almost converted that. Would have been a nice and one.
Yeah.
For Kroll. And Kroll does a really good job at converting those kind of contorted body layups around the rim as he goes up for his first free throw.
Here's Kroll's free throw up on the way, and he missed it. Kroll misses his first one of the night.
Yeah, Kroll's an 84% free throw shooter on the year, so, and not expecting him to miss. They're free.
Yeah. Kroll's second one's up on the way, and he got it. You were right. And Caleb Kroll now with 11 points. He's had two back-to-back solid games. He had a solid game against Franklin, scoring 13 points. Here's Ian Thurston, crosses the timeline. Thurston trying to split through. He's trapped. They find Dean. Dean over to Hudson Biggs, who gets the second half start. Inside to Dean. Dean goes up and lays it in. And that bench down there for Western stood up like, oh man, he may dunk it. Here's Strange. Strange hands off to Landon Beagle. Back to Strange in the corner for three. It rims out. Thurston the board. Thurston for Western the board. Up ahead to Quillen, and he threw it over his head and out of bounds. So getting to start in the second half for Western is Mitchell Dean, Ian Thurston, Hudson Biggs, Logan Nelson, and let's see, who's the other guy out there? I said Quillen. And who am I missing? So here's a three from Kroll up on the way, no good. And a rebound track down for Hudson Biggs. I think that was it. That's who I was missing. So give it to Thurston. Thurston crosses the timeline. Defended by Matthew Strange. In the corner now to Quillen. Quillen brings it back out top to Thurston. Back to Quillen. Quillen left wing, back to Thurston. Thurston driving. Going to kick it back out to number 0, Quillen. Quillen has it up by the volleyball line. Western starting to slow it down a little bit. Finds Thurston. Thurston to the baseline. Spins. Looking inside to Dean. He finds him. Dean goes up, hook shots up and good.
Go ahead.
10 points for Mitchell Dean. as Kroll got shoved to the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Quill, and that will be his second foul. Go back to what you were going to say.
I'm going to say there was a lot of contact in there with Fagan. I mean, it's really kind of surprised. I was watching him for a lot of that possession, and kind of surprised he didn't get a foul called. Could have been called for a reach around there at the end, but big for Oak Hill, he did not.
Here's Beagle with 3. Missed it. The rebound goes out of bounds to Western. 27-23. Western kind of hanging around here. Oak Hill has not. Usually you've seen them go on that run and blow it open like they did at the end of the first half, but they haven't been able to do that quite yet. As Thurston tried to thread the needle with the bounce pass, but Beagle gets a foot on it for a kick ball.
Second time tonight he's been in those passing lanes and got a kick ball violation. It just shows how good he is on offense, but as well, he's a really good defender.
They get it. Biggs on the free throw line. Back out to Quillen. Quillen in the corner. This is Nelson, a 3. He missed it, but tracked down his own rebound. He's in the lane. Floater's up and good. And Coach Brindbarger may be thinking about a timeout as Western has cut this to a 2-point game. Here is Landon Beagle. Beagle to Kroll. Oak Hill can't get anything offensively as here's Strange in the lane. Inside Fagan. Fagan goes up and scores it over Mitchell Dean. And Ty Fagan with 10 points. Here's number 24, Ian Thurston. Thurston to Quillen. Quillen in the corner to number 20, Logan Nelson. Loose ball, Quillen picks it up. Now to Thurston. Bounce pass in the corner to Nelson, a 3. He got it. Logan Nelson, another ball game. Inside Kroll on the other end. He can't finish, and Western can take their first lead since the first minute on this possession. Here's Hudson Biggs to Thurston. 29-28 Oak Hill with 4:20 to go in the third. Bounce pass, Quillen. Quillen, a 3, missed it. That was a heat check for the team as Fagan got shoved to the floor by Dean, and they're going to call a foul. It'll be Oak Hill ball.
Yeah, I think we could have seen a timeout there from Oak Hill if Western would have taken the lead there. Western not going away. They're doing a really good job at chipping. I mean, they were down only 7 coming out of halftime, but doing a really good job being patient, running their offense, and not forcing anything inside. And Oak Hill's got to get something going.
McClure and Hobson into the Western lineup as they'll leave Dean out there. No, Dean is out of the game. Sutton's also in. Dean just picked up his second foul. Here's Elzinga to Kroll. Kroll has it up top. Over to Strange. Strange on the right wing. Cross court to Elzinga. Elzinga to Strange. Strange to the baseline. And had it poked away in the corner. And this ball will go out of bounds off of Ty Fagan. And it'll be Oak Hill ball. Western ball. And they can go down and take the lead here. This would be their first lead since the opening minute if they can convert. Biggs over to number 14, Patrick Hobson. Hobson tried to thread the needle and a kick ball violation. Will be Oak Hill ball in front of the scores table. Patrick Hobson will inbound to Caden McClure. Hobson looking to get it in. He does to McClure. McClure going to bring it up the floor, defended by Beagle. McClure cross court over to Hobson. Hobson trying to pick it up. He does. He's trapped. Finds Amari Sutton. Sutton didn't see the wide open man underneath, but they kick it to Nelson. Corner 3 is no good. Beagle the rebound, and he was fouled. And they're going to whistle Sutton for his second foul. So now the foul's starting to rack up for Western.
Really, each team needs to get something going. It feels like someone can go on a run here. If either team go on a run, they may have the advantage going. I mean, obviously they have the advantage, but may have a lot of the momentum coming in this fourth quarter.
Here's Strange with it with 3 minutes to go in the third. Matthew with it up top. He's being pressured. Finds Elzinga. Back to Matthew. Matthew has it. Bounce pass to Beagle on the wing. Beagle rips through, drives baseline, floaters up. What a shot from Beagle. He was behind the backboard and hit that floater, and he's got 8 points. 31-28 Oak Hill. This is Hobson with it. Hobson throws it in the middle to Hudson Biggs. The floater's up for him and good. Biggs has played a nice roll tonight, finally got his first 2. Hands it off to Caleb Kroll. Kroll goes backdoor to Beagle and had it stolen by Sutton. Up ahead to Hobson. Hobson goes up, got it, and Western's back in front. 32-31 with 2:20 to go in the third.
They've came charging back. They were down as many as 9 points at one time, and you know, not a huge lead in basketball, but considering there's only been 31 points scored for around each team, it's.
Here's Kroll with it, right wing. Kroll steps into a three and missed it. Rebound for Sutton. Sutton has it deep on that baseline, and it'll be Western ball. Here's Hobson up the floor. Under 2 minutes to go in the third, and Western can extend this lead. And if they do, may see a timeout from Coach Renbarger. Here is McClure. McClure over to Nelson. Nelson back to McClure. McClure as they wanted a foul on Ty Fagan. They're not going to get one, but here's Hobson. Inside now to Biggs. Biggs back to Hobson. Hobson thought about a three, now to Biggs. As his 15-foot jumper's up and good. And it's 34-31 Western with 1:20 to go in the third. They're playing really well in this third quarter. Here's Kroll driving. Kroll up and he finishes.
Really good left-handed layup. A lot of kids at this age don't want to use their opposite hand. And Kroll, if he would have gone up that right hand, he's got a really good shot blocker and Amari Sutton in there, and can only get that up with the left. So credit to him.
Hobson draws a foul on Kroll. This will be Caleb Kroll's second foul. Team's first of the half. 34-33 with 59 seconds to go in the third. Here's Hobson. Hobson back to McClure.
Maybe holding for this last shot here.
They might be. Here's McClure with it. Kroll's going to come out and pressure. Now they hit Nelson. Nelson spins. Nelson gives it to Hobson. Hobson has it out top. 35 seconds to go in the third. Here's Nelson.
They want that lead going into the fourth quarter. I don't think we'll see anything. And barring a turnover, I think they're holding for the last shot. Clearly holding for the last shot action.
Here's McClure. Picks up his dribble. Nearly a turnover, but they hit Nelson. To McClure with 18 seconds now. Here's McClure. And loose ball picked up by Hobson. Hobson with 13. Hobson has it. They trap him. Over to Nelson. Nelson driving in. Strange poked it away. Loose ball on the floor. Where's it going? It's Oak Hill ball with 6.7 seconds. At an angle we can't really see down there, but the officials did, and I think they made the right call.
Yeah, I would agree with that call from the officials. I mean, if you're a Western fan here, you disagree. If you're an Oak Hill fan here, I think it's the best call of the night so far.
Here's Strange with 5 seconds. Strange in the corner to Trexler. Trexler inside Fagan. Fagan goes up, missed the bunny, and that'll be the end of the third. They're scoring the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill. To go. Back in a moment on the Action Sports Network.
Prince Hall Housing Authority is a place they are proud that you can call home. Prince Hall Housing is affordable, income-based housing, and they pride themselves in providing safe, affordable, maintenance-free living, offering elderly, disabled, and multifamily living, along with efficiencies and 1- and 2-bedroom apartments. Located just off 38th Street and the Bypass, Prince Hall even has city bus transportation at the facility. Get your application at Prince Hall Housing, 3678 Prince Hall Drive in Marion.
Back in the day, people traveled by horse and buggy. If your horse died, you just got a new horse. Today, with the price of new cars and trying to find what you want, more people are keeping their car. So take it to In-N-Out Automotive and make sure it lasts a long time. In-N-Out can make sure your car is running at its peak performance for trips back and forth to school, practice, work, and the grocery store. They also have the new 1234 YFC.
34-33 is the score going into the fourth quarter. Western leads it. It'll be Western ball to start the quarter. Quillen will inbound. He gets it into number 24, Ian Thurston. Oak Hill was outscored 15-7 in that third quarter. In the corner to Quillen. Quillen had it poked away by Matthew Strange. Now to Trexler. Trexler, loose ball, and it's stolen by Biggs. Biggs nearly turned it over. Here's Kyler Norman into the lineup. Now Thurston with it up top on the logo. 7.5 to go in the game. Now to Quillen. Quillen back to Thurston. Thurston in the corner to Quillen. A three. It rimmed out no good. Tapped out of bounds. It stays with Western.
And a really bold move by Coach Mike Lewis to I mean, Kyler Norman seeing his first minutes in this ball game here in the fourth quarter. And I mean, in a close game nonetheless.
Here's Thurston to get it in. Fagan to inbound. He does into number 3, Kyler Norman. Back in the corner to Thurston. Thurston drives baseline. Dean trying to seal him off. Now to Quillen. Quillen back to Norman. Norman in the corner to Thurston. Thurston puts it on the deck. Gives it to Biggs. Biggs driving now. In the corner. Out to Quillen. Almost turned it over. They tap it out to Quillen. A 3. Missed it front of the rim. Was foul going up. He was fouled going up with under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And he will go to the line and shoot 2. They're going to whistle number 24, Ian Thurston. That is his second foul.
Big and crucial free throws here in the early part of this fourth quarter. Beagle needs to knock these 2 down.
Beagle's free throws up and good. He has 9 points now.
Got the first. I mean, really good job by Western hanging in here. I know we talked about John Harrell a little bit. John Harrell had Western as a 15-point underdog here. And so, I mean,
and Western's not going away. They're hanging around. Free throws up for Beagle, and it rimmed out. Dean the rebound as we're knotted at 34. Thurston will bring it up the floor for Western. Thurston with it up top, guarded by Matthew Strink. Trexler almost the steal. In the corner, here's Carter Biggs at 3. Missed it long, tapped out of bounds. It'll be Oak Hill ball.
Good call. Trexler about got the steal, but left his man wide open in the corner. You couldn't have asked for much more of an open shot than that for Thurston.
34-34, 6:35 to go in the ball game. Strange crosses the timeline, hands it to Landon Beagle. Beagle's looking. Now hands off to Levi Trexler. Trexler's looking for someone. They got a count on him. Now to Strange in the corner to Elzinga. Elzinga to Strange. Strange drives in the circles. Kicks it out to Trexler. Trexler back to Strange. Hands it to Landon Beagle. Landon Beagle penetrates in the lane for Oak Hill. Kicks it out to Matthew Strange. Now to Grant Elzinga. 6 minutes to go in the game. Western Crab likes their defense. In the corner to Strange. Strange drives baseline. Floaters up over Dean. Missed it. Strange went up for the rebound, and Dean just grabbed it right over him. Credit to Strange for going after his missed shot. Here's Thurston with it. Crosses the timeline. 5:50 to go in the ball game. Here's Thurston driving to the right. Cross court over to Norman. Norman over to Hudson Biggs. Back to Thurston. Thurston has it up top. He's looking. Thurston. And Coach Lewis calls the timeout. You're scoring the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 34, Western 34 on the Action Sports Network.
Northwood Manor has been rated the best senior living according to U.S. News and World Report, which means they offer classic charm and 5-star services. Every detail is designed to create a place where residents and their families housekeeping, daily fun activities, and transportation. You also score big with all utilities included. Schedule a visit at 765-662-9700 or online at northwoodmanor.com.
All tied at 34. This one's shaping up to be a good one as Oak Hill leads it. We're tied. I'm used to saying that. But it's Western ball out of the 30-second timeout from Michael Lewis. They only have 2 to go. Thurston hits McClure. McClure is trapped over there. Finds Thurston. Inside to Dean. Dean goes up. He was fouled by Beagle. And Dean will go to the line and shoot 2. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
That's a good foul in my opinion. I think you've got to send him to the line and make him earn those 2 instead of getting him the easy layup.
I agree.
And just because statistically he's got a little bit more chance from missing the free throw line than he does the paint. And there we go.
Yeah, Dean's free throw is short off the front of the rim. So Oak Hill going to have to get a body on someone and box someone out here. Try and go down and retake this lead. Here's Dean's free throws up. It rattles out. Beagle goes for the rebound, but he lost it out of bounds, and it's Western ball. That is a costly turnover for Oak Hill.
Uncharacteristic of Beagle down this late in the ball game to do something like that.
They get it into Hudson Biggs in the corner to Hobson. Hobson now to Thurston. Thurston driving baseline. Now to Hobson. Corner 3 is good. Patrick Hobson, a big three for Western, and they lead at 37-34. Trexler in transition. He missed it, and Dean pulled down the rebound. With 5 minutes to go, Western has the lead with a chance to extend it. Thurston driving, penetrates in the lane, stops in front of Beagle, and they're going to throw it in the backcourt. It'll be over and back violation, and it'll be Oak Hill ball.
Yeah, just a inexperienced a little bit for Levi Trexler as he moves more into the lineup of the varsity. I know this is more of his first year, but you can't go down and just charge in there trying to get it back in one. You got to slow down and let the offense work.
Trexler with it up top with Fofo. Strange has it. Gives it to Beagle. Beagle in the corner. Stops. Kicks it out to Elzinga. Back to Strange. Strange, a three is off the mark. Rebound tapped out and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Oak Hill ball.
Hard to see that from here. That's another 50-50 one.
Go back to that Beagle turnover. You wonder how that, again, this late in the game, how it's going to affect you. Oak Hill needs a huge basket here to give him some momentum and go down and get a stop.
Yeah, and I'm no basketball coach. I think you could probably burn a timeout here. Just
maybe
settle your guys down.
Coach Rinbarger putting some trust in his squad. As here's Beagle to get it in. Beagle gets it into Ty Fagan, hands it to Landon Beagle. Landon driving, he stops, pulls up, kind of forced that jump shot, and he missed it, and Dean pulled down the rebound. The shot selection for Oak Hill has been poor in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we talked about a lot how Landon's done really well. It just kind of forcing him up as the game goes down to the wire.
Here's Hobson. Hobson to Nelson, back over to Hudson Biggs. Biggs, ball screen from Dean. Biggs lost the handle. They give it over to Hobson. Hobson is looking. Hits Thurston, number 24. 3:50 to go in the game. Western kind of working this clock. It's their friend right now. For Western, they are in the driver's seat, Ian.
Yep.
Here's Trexler, right wing. Trexler to Landon Beagle. Beagle, got to get something going. Beagle picks up his dribble in the corner to Trexler. Trexler fires the three and missed it. And a rebound for Ian Thurston. 3:17 to go in the game, and Western has the ball and the lead. Here's Thurston. Thurston dribbling around, ball screen from Dean. Thurston to Nelson. Nelson inside Dean. Dean hits a cutting Hobson, and he traveled. Yep, good call. Exactly 3 minutes remain on the clock, and Oak Hill is down by 5, and Coach Rinbarger will use a timeout. Your score in the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard, Oak Hill 34, Western 39. We're listening to high school boys basketball on the Action Sports Network.
Horner's Butcher Block, your neighborhood market.
It's getting colder, and it's time to stay warm. Horner's is the place to stock up for winter with comfort season food. Horner's features bundles for every family or individual. Warm up with a trip to Horner's in Marion, Fairmount, and Alexandria.
Horner's Butcher Block, your neighborhood market.
Girls supporting hometown people and committed to helping finance the home you've always dreamed of. Let the McKinney team help you unlock the door to your new home. Come see Jem, Wendy, or Allison north on the bypass.
Shaping up to be a good one here as it's 39-34 Oak Hill. Western with the lead. It'll be Oak Hill ball. As Strange brings it up the floor. Fires it right wing to Caleb Kroll. Kroll to Grant Elzinga. Elzinga has it into Fagan. Almost had it stolen. Now to Strange. Strange to Kroll. Kroll to Matthew Strange. In the middle to Ty Fagan. Fagan spinning. Back out to Caleb Kroll. Oak Hill just can't get anything going on offense. As here's Elzinga looking. Elzinga fakes inside to Fagan. Back to Strange. Strange has it up top. In the corner to Elzinga. 2.5 to go in the game. Here's Elzinga on the baseline. Lost it out of bounds. It'll be Oak Hill ball. It'll be Oak Hill ball with 2:22 to go in the fourth.
I mean,
Western a stop and a bucket here. They may be Corner to Kroll. Kroll inside to Beagle. Beagle is fouled. And this is it's not going to be a shooting foul. It'll be on the floor. Hudson Biggs picks up his first, team's sixth. One more, they will be in the bonus.
Getting to that point, you need to make something happen. I mean, you can't sit around and just wait. You've only got 2 minutes to go.
Beagle fading away, got it. Nice shot there from Landon Beagle to break the dry spell, and it's 39-36 Western. 2 minutes to go in the game. This is Biggs. Biggs in the corner to number 20, Nelson. Nelson had it poked out of bounds. Thurston had it poked out of bounds, and it's Western ball. A little confused here, man. I'm getting things switched around.
It's too late for you. Too late.
Kroll will try to get it in. He does to number 23, Caden McClure. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. McClure crosses the timeline to Hobson. Hobson back to Caden McClure. Over to Thurston in the high post to Biggs. They're trying to go inside to Dean. Can't find him. They get Biggs. Biggs driving. Biggs up over Beagle. No good. Rebound for Dean. Dean is swarmed and he's fouled. His foul will be on the floor with 1:35. Kroll picks up his third.
Dean did a really good job getting that rebound there. That's another kickball. Dean did a really good job getting that rebound. Made it, Oak Hill fighting for every possession they have here. And
they get it into McClure. McClure dribbles into the trap. He lost the handle. Kroll picked it up. Kroll finishes on the other end. We put this press on. Here's Thurston. Thurston's driving. Picked up his one. And it's 40-39, and Western has let this thing slip away. Oak Hill is back in front with 1:15 to go. Landon Beagle, a huge and one.
Wow.
Just forcing those turnovers. McClure dribbled the wrong way down the floor. Strange poked it, gave it to Kroll. Kroll finished the layup. Then they got another steal on a tip. Threw it to Beagle, and Beagle, it rolled around the rim and in, and he converts on the free throw. A timeout going to be taken. It's a full one. You're scoring the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 41, Western 39. High school boys basketball on the Action Sports Network.
Northwood Manor has been rated the best senior living according to U.S. News and World Report, which means they offer classic charm and 5-star services. Every detail is designed to create a place where residents and their families feel right at home. All residents enjoy 3 meals per day, weekly housekeeping, daily fun activities, and transportation. You also score big with all utilities included. Schedule a visit at 765-662-9700 or online at northwoodmanor.com.
Landon Beagle, a huge and one. Off of 2 straight turnovers for Western. Connected on the free throw to give Oak Hill the lead, 41-39 in a second half that's been controlled by Western. And now if you're Oak Hill, this is, well, really for both teams, this is the most important possession of the game. Western has the ball with 1:16 to go, and they can try and come down and hit a shot to tie it or take the lead. And really, if you're Western, the ball has to go inside to the big fella, Mitchell Dean.
Yeah, a little bit surprised they haven't put Amari Sutton back in the game. Did a really good job grabbing rebounds and scoring as well. And Oak Hill just doesn't have another answer for him besides Ty Fagan.
Thurston has it trying to cross the timeline. He does. He dribbles right into the trap. Thurston, he's looking. Thurston calls a timeout. He called a timeout. Heads up play. That was close to being a 5-second. It's a full. We'll take another full timeout. As it's, again, 41-39 on the Action Sports Network. Oak Hill leads it.
Prince Hall Housing Authority is a place they are proud that you can call home. Prince Hall Housing is affordable, income-based housing, and they pride themselves in providing safe, affordable, maintenance-free living, offering elderly, disabled, and multifamily living, along with efficiencies and 1- and 2-bedroom apartments. Located just off 38th Street and the Bypass, Prince Hall even has city bus transportation at the facility. Get your application at Prince Hall Housing, 3678 Prince Hall Drive in Marion.
It'll be Western ball out of the timeout as Oak Hill leads at 41-39 after 2 straight forced turnovers by this Oak Hill defense. They played well in the last minute. This is a huge possession for Western. Again, they can come down, take the lead, or tie it with a 2. They would take the lead with a 3 or tie it with a 2, and Thurston will right in front of the scores table. A minute to go in the game, and they'll get it into Quillen. Would be surprised if Western doesn't hold here like they did at the end of the third. It's Quillen, guarded by Kroll. Quillen looking, trying to make him pick up his dribble. They won't, and nearly stolen by Strange. Here's Thurston with 45 seconds. Cross court to Quillen. Quillen with 45, back to Thurston. Dean wants the ball inside, and it's almost stolen by Elzinga. Here's Thurston. Thurston back to Nelson with 30 seconds to go. Here's Ian Thurston with it up top. 30 seconds now, puts it on the deck. Drives, kicks in the corner. 3 from Carter Biggs is short. Rebound for Mitchell Dean. Dean's going to be fouled. It'll be on the floor. They'll say this one is on the floor with 21 seconds to go.
It's a good foul. It's a good foul by Oak Hill there.
Western is down to 1 timeout. Oak Hill with 3. 21 seconds to go in the ball game. Thurston to inbound. Fagan guarding him heavily. Thurston to get it in. He does to Dean. Dean, corner 3 now from Nelson is long, but Elzinga had it fall out of bounds on him. They're giving Western too many opportunities.
There's been multiple times Oak Hill's had a chance to, take control of this ball game and kind of put it away.
Coach Lewis that called the timeout. It'll be a full. We're going to stay right here with you. 17 seconds, man. I'm running out of breath. This is... Oak Hill has nearly forced another turnover. They've had rebounds slip out of their hands. They're giving Western way too many opportunities. With a Grant Elzinga rebound there, they could have extend this to a 3-point lead or make it a 2-possession game with under 30 seconds to go.
And I don't think on either of those air balls, they just realized, I don't think they had the angle right, I guess, or the perspective that's going to be an air ball, and didn't expect it to him. Something you've got to look up and see. Not really an excuse. You've got to catch that.
I've been in this situation before, and sometimes sitting on the end of the bench, you can smell a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
And up here at the top of the nest, I may be smelling a heartbreaker for Oak Hill, but their defense is going to have to be solid here and get a stop.
Yeah.
41-31 with 17 seconds to go. It'll be Western ball under their own basket, the baseline. Ball's got to go to Mitchell Dean if you're Western. Looking to get it in. Here's Thurston. And they're going to call a foul. See who they'll get. They're going to get Ty Fagan.
Job staying on a foul trouble so far, so he can afford one.
They have fouls to give. Again, that's a good foul. No time went off the clock. Thurston to try and get it in, and it's stolen by Grant Elzinga. Elzinga is fouled in transition, and he can go. And these are 2 big free throws with 15 seconds left.
What a play on defense by Grant Elzinga.
Quarterback of the defense. Quarterback of the defense. We've said it. We've been saying it the last few games. We heard Braden tell us the other night in the post game, and he will shoot a 1-and-1.
He looked more like a strong safety or a free safety there coming out of nowhere. They just tried to throw it up, get it into to Dean, and Grant from the backside just read that. Great play.
Elzinga, 1-and-1's up on the way, and he missed it. Dean pulled down the rebound with 15 seconds. It's Western ball. They have no timeouts. Here's Ian Thurston, and we're going to play to the final buzzer. Here's Thurston. Thurston is fouled by Fagan. That will be the 6th foul. If you're Coach Rinbarger, do you get a timeout? You have 3 of them. I think he is going to take a timeout. 7.3 seconds. This is where the chess match comes in between both coaches. Man, about lost my breath. This is where the chess match goes between both coaches. This game, Ian Brookshire, is going to be won inside both teams' huddles. and Coach Mike Lewis will go to the drawing board, and Coach Renbarger trying to give his team some instructions to get a stop. Again, if they don't run it down to the last second, Western has an Oak Hill, pending a Western make on a 3 or even inside, can call a timeout. But if you're Coach Lewis, do you go for the win, or do you go and try to go for the tie and force overtime?
I think just what's over there. I think if they're looking to get it inside, but I think that could provide an opportunity to pass it back out. I mean, if it's not inside for Dean or whoever they decide to bring into the ball game, you look back out, and I think you could have a pretty good open look. So, I mean,
41-39 the score out of the timeout with 7 seconds to go. And it'll be Western ball in front of their own bench. Been in this situation before. Ian Thurston will be the inbounder. And they're going to, let's see if Coach Renbarger will call a timeout after they see how they set it up. He has 2 of them to go. Thurston, they're not going to call a timeout. They go to inbound. Thurston looking to get it in. Thurston having some trouble, and it's stolen into the hands of Beagle with 5 seconds. Beagle's trying to dribble it out, and he's fouled with 2.7 to go. Landon Beagle, a huge steal, and he can go down and potentially ice this game. Landon Beagle, 1 plus the bonus. He's 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. Huge free throws. Western has no timeouts. Western with no timeouts, and Beagle has been in this situation before where he can go and extend the lead. Beagle's free throws up. Got it. It's 42-39 with 2.7 seconds. Beagle can potentially put this one away with a make. Beagle, his free throws up. Got it. It's 43-39. No timeouts for Western. Thurston chucks the full quarter, and it hit the front of the rim. Your final score in the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Oak Hill 43, Western 39. Oak Hill comes back in the final 2 minutes to win it. Coming up, the Colonial Oaks postgame show on the Action Sports Network.
Wobble, wobble, wobble. Screech. Click, click, click. The thingy's gone bad. Whatever sound your car makes, take it to Marion Tire, also known as Best One Tire in Marion. Susie, Brian, Cecil, and the crew can diagnose the problem and fix the problem the right way the first time. Oil changes, alignment, tires, coolant, wheel bearings, and even the thingy that's gone bad. Let Marion Tire get your vehicle running smooth for your summer vacation. Since 1984, Marion Tire has been in downtown Marion and will continue to provide top-notch service. See Marion Tire on the corner of 4th and Branson in downtown Marion.
Welcome to the family. That's how welcome every resident and guest feels, because at Grant County's premier retirement community, Northwood Manor, they are family. Their community offers thoughtful, heartfelt, independent living in a beautiful setting, conveniently located online at northwoodmanor.com. If you keep looking for a great Mexican restaurant only to be disappointed over and over again, make Los Amores in Marion your next stop. Located downstairs in the Boston Hill Center, formerly the Centrum Mall in downtown Marion, Los Amores has everything you would want and more. Enchiladas, burritos, tortas, fajitas, arroz con pollo, and of course, tacos. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday at Los Amores. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9, Los Amores is open for dine-in and carry-out. Make your next choice of Mexican food Los Amores in downtown Marion.
Being a good neighbor means taking care of those close to you, and State Farm Agent Keenan Davis will take care of you and your family. Auto, home, and life insurance is something we all need, and Keenan Davis will help you save money and give you peace of mind at the same time. If your driving record is not so perfect, that's okay. Keenan can help those with high-risk insurance. See State Farm Agent Keenan Davis, 1001 Northwestern Avenue in Marion. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When a loved one passes away, one way to keep their memory alive is with a monument. This is Stacy Turner. At Arms Hunt Funeral Home and Cremation Services, we can find the perfect monument to memorialize your loved one in a way that shows respect while sharing their personality with others. Let Arms Hunt Funeral Home and Cremation Services give your family peace of mind that when the time comes to say goodbye, you will have a lasting tribute for years to come. Arms Hunt Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Fairmount, Marion, and the Jones Smith Chapel in Upland.
Well, Ian, Brookshire, I'm not sure I've really caught my breath yet. It's as Oak Hill comes back in the final. Ian, they were down 5 with a minute to go. Came back about a minute and a half to go. They came back, forced a couple steals, converted, got a huge stop at the end of the game with a steal for Beagle. Oak Hill's defense looked phenomenal as we get into Stat Wrap brought to you by Edwards Jones Financial Advisor Mark Lemming, the best financial advisor. Mark Lemming, 317 North Baldwin Avenue in Marion. For Oak Hill, Caleb Kroll with 15 points, Landon Beagle with 15 points tonight. They combined for 30 of the 43 points. Levi Trexler with 2, Ty Fagan with 2. I think I may have missed one in there somewhere. For Western, Patrick Hobson finished with 7. Logan Nelson with 8. Caden McClure with 3. Ian Thurston with 3. Amari Sutton with 2. Hudson Biggs with 4. Mitchell Dean with 14. That combined for 39 points. Oak Hill outscored Western in that final quarter 9-5. Western only scored 5 points in that fourth quarter, and it seemed like they scored a lot more the way they had the momentum. They were in the driver's seat for a lot of that second half.
Yeah, they did a really good job coming out and kind of flipping their momentum. They were down 7.5 and took it for themselves. I mean, you had, I would say, just about 35 to 40% of this gym was Western fans, and so they for sure had their presence was felt here, and credit to Oak Hill for kind of playing through that sort of adversity. I mean, I've always heard from the coaches I've grown up with that an ugly win is better than an ugly loss.
Yep.
And so I mean you'll take what you can get. I mean, whether we see old Coach Rimbarger or we see young Coach Rimbarger come up and talk.
Did you hear that voice crack?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was trying to gloss over it for you. Whichever one we see, or
I think we'll see young Coach Rimbarger.
Yeah, I think the old one wants
he's got to catch his breath. My goodness.
Well, it's hard for him to get up these stairs nowadays.
Again, final score, Oak Hill 43, Western 39. Oak Hill holds on in the final minute to win the ball game. They came storming back. Let's get into the Prince Hall Housing Play of the Game, brought to you by Prince Hall Housing Authority. Put your elderly loved one in a community with all the comforts of home, but with none of the inconvenience. Prince Hall Housing is taking applications for income-based housing. Prince Hall Housing Authority on Prince Hall Drive, just off 38th Street. For apartment availability is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, closed on Wednesday. Yep, here he comes, that young Coach Rimbarger. But play of the game, I would say that steal Grant Elzinga had, he was fouled. He had to shoot 1-and-1. He missed the 1-and-1, but that steal was really crucial. And I would also say the Landon Beagle and 1, and a couple steals down the stretch. There were multiple plays of this game as Coach Braden. Can you breathe? You're talking.
Barely.
Yeah.
That's just from the stairs. He's out of breath from walking up those.
Don't cuss on the air, dude. But what a fourth quarter, by the way. Defensively, really in the final 2 minutes, just going after steals, forcing turnovers. Talk about your defense down the stretch.
To be honest with you, it was the way that we probably should have been playing the entire game.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think we had an oh crap moment there late in the fourth, realized that we were actually in a basketball game and played with the intensity that we should have been playing with the entire game. We've got an issue of realizing, we're gonna have a target on our back for the rest of the season. It feels like that for most teams that we play, they're going to have that date on their calendar circled. So we've got to realize that we're going to get the best effort out of an opponent, and in return we have to give ours. So I feel like that was the story tonight.
Mitchell Dean tonight, I had him for 14 points. They went to the well. They went inside a lot. Talk about how you guys tried to contain him as he kind of had his way down there with Ty Fagan.
we had practiced a couple different coverages this week. There in the first quarter, I felt like we did a good job. We kind of fell apart-ish there towards the second. But it's hard to defend a 6'8", 6'9" kid with close to a 7-foot wingspan. So he's a good player. He's going to get his a majority of the time. I feel like 14 is where we wanted him to be at, maybe a little bit lower, but not